guys, it's Sarah Upside Down here. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I do content for autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and mental health. And kind of to add to all of that, I am also doing some information to help chronic illness. So I'm going to kind of start a series on just different things that I've learned about that. Some which I've mentioned before, like the karate and yoga and different physical activities. But today I'm going to be talking about celery juice. And if you type in celery juice on YouTube, you're probably going to get like 15 different people with all making different celery juice and things like that. All my information today, because I'm not copywriting any of this, and I'm smart, but like they're geniuses in this field. But the information I got today was from the medical medium, and he has a channel on here. I'm going to put the links down below for him and the motivational doc, which both have helped me a lot as far as learning different things that I can do for my body, along with different natural plants, supplements, herbs, whatever, like the celery juice that have actually worked. Not just like a health kick or whatever. I'm not trying to lose weight. Usually I'm trying to gain it. So, you know, because there is benefits of the celery juice helping with that. But I'm going to get right into it. And then I can go and rush and pick my daughter up just from school and then take her to gymnastics and then try to like get back here and not lose my head. Anyways, the medical medium, he's amazing. His name's Anthony, and he is just so passionate about what he does, how he does it, how he gets the information out. I mean, he talks like a million miles a minute, just like I do, but like he is filled with so much passion to help people in the world that struggle with chronic illnesses like me. I don't know if he and it wouldn't surprise me if he knows the connections between some of these medical illnesses, such as IBS, GERD, EDS, fibromyalgia, other things like that, because all of his research is to help a lot of the people that actually struggle with a multitude of things, and sometimes not just one of those. And so just walking around for me is like struggling with, more than 3 chronic illnesses, along with, the autism, which is invisible, along with the ADHD, which is probably less invisible for me because I'm like this all the time. For the most part, even if I'm in like a down mood or something, or going through something, like it's just hard to tell because my ADHD kind of helps with the appearance of that. Anyway, that's another subject. I really need to talk about my ADHD more. It's just it's a love-hate relationship with that. So anyway, just gonna dive into the information that I took down over here. Where's my other note card? I have another note card somewhere around here. Oh, well, it's fine because I got like 3 pages of information and I just need to get this out. I have been telling different people about the celery juice because I know that a lot of my friends on the spectrum, and if the medical medium sees this video, I hope this adds to all of your information, and just let you know, thank you for helping me, because I have tried this myself and it has helped my life. Not perfectly, but it has helped. And so I give you all thanks to that. The celery juice benefits. It gives vitamin supplements. You can use it or make it with a juicer would probably be the best thing, or using a cheesecloth if you use the blender or something else. No added fruits. These are just like important points that I'm going to kind of mention throughout. And then he has a multitude of different tools that are also supposed to help to detox heavy metals and things like that. So, yeah. Anyways, this celery juice is said to take people to the next level, and for me, it really did. I was struggling with interstitial cystitis, which, if you don't know the other term for that, it's bladder pain syndrome, along with ovarian cysts. And I know some of this is like TMI, but like it's just a part of like everything that my nerves and neurology are just, it's all jacked up. So was struggling with that at the same time. I'd already went to the ER, like really frustrating because they basically said they didn't see anything, and then a week later I had 2 cysts on my ovaries that had already been there. Possibly even, we're going through rupturing or something like that, and that usually triggers the bladder pain issues, etc. So woohoo, not super fun. But anywho, I also struggle with neuropathy going all the way down my leg, IBS, and GERD, and just like a whole list of things that I'll have to come on here another day about. And I haven't found like a whole lot of things that help with the pain part of it and the inflammation, and just to kind of for my body to send the signals right and work how they're supposed to, so that I don't have all these issues. I feel like that's the same for most of my other autistic friends that have a lot of these things like fibromyalgia, MS, EDS, things that are supposed to be more rare, but in the autism community, if you look into it enough and have enough connections with people from the community, know that it is actually not very rare, because a lot of our neurology and things is kind of connected to some of these illnesses and etc. So, anyways, so the medical medium says that many of these conditions, like pain, neuropathy, it's not one magical potion, but people have tried, due to chronic illness, doing strict keto diets, vegetarian, high protein, paleo, different substances, supplements, whatever, costing thousands of dollars. I'm going to raise my hand to this one because I have tried like everything that he literally listed. Like, we get desperate because the help isn't really out there as much as it should be. And there's just a lot of issues with symptoms being dampened, but like then you just, you go through a miserable time later. So, anyways, thousands of dollars spent on all of those things. So we brought celery juice in, and it just changed people's lives that were going through a lot of these similar things that I go through. They were even trying things that were like collagen and apple cider vinegar, and none of this really pushed them to the next level. They also tried things, and I did this 2.5, 3 years ago. Butter in the coffee, like it was a specific type of butter, or the coconut oil and things like that had MCTs in it, supposed to help you with the chronic fatigue and issues like that. More of those issues were happening after I had my daughter, but and I became sensitive to more foods, etc. Blah blah blah. But I even tried that. I've tried like so many things. It's crazy. And I'm pretty picky about food and sensory in that area, so like I was kind of pushing my limits a lot, and celery juice like definitely pushed it over the because it's I'm not a vegetable fan. So if you're not a vegetable fan, I'm also not a vegetable fan. I do try to eat vegetables. I have specific ones that I like, but I'm usually pretty picky about them. So I get it if you have a sensory aversion or thing to that. It's just, you have to put it in your mind that the benefits of this are literally a million times better than what it's going to feel like. And yeah, because I'm not really for how it is. But anyways, he says, imagine people with chronic illness, or at times bedridden, and it takes them out of the bed. 16 ounces minimum per day. It's a therapeutic regimen. And honestly, yes, it has been. Like, I was in the bed for 2 weeks, and body pains and hurting, and just like, from my nerves, and the migraines come, and then I'm more sensory, my sensory perception and everything, as far as the autism side of things, and the SPD gets even worse. I become more irritable and things because I don't feel good, because I'm in pain, and then I can't really even get up in the morning and parent and do stuff like that I should be able to do at 30 years old. It's ridiculous. But anyways, that's just sort of like parts of like sort of what I deal with it and why I'm trying to make this video and tell the importance of it. So he says in this celery, there's something called sodium cluster salts. I mean, I was like totally loving the science side of this talk. I mean, I wasn't even much in science in school because I don't know, I just really had a hard time in school, but like I love going over this type of science and neurology and psychology and all that. But says sodium cluster salts are a subgroup of sodium undiscovered by science and research. It's inside of celery juice, not the hard element of sodium, but a subgroup of sodium. Science and research haven't looked at it, and it's more of a mystery. Apparently, like he says, they haven't really looked into much of food and plants much, like period. That's why you have all these other things and chemicals and whatever else that we're taking that's supposed to help us. And for a lot of people that are like me, it sometimes just makes us worse and gets us more sick, unlike the celery juice. So it has a variety of trace mineral salts, kills pathogens. They learn what's causing the illness in the first place. So like these people have like not really known, they're just sort of taking these medicines or going through doctors and going through neurologists and all these things that I'm doing, that I've been doing for like the past 5 years or so. Once I got more and more into like really trying to figure out what's going on with me, whatever. And they're not knowing what's starting it, so they're just kind of like helping with whatever symptoms they have. So they learn what's causing the illness in the first place. Some of them have been through like going through mold toxicity. Like I've gone through mold toxicity too, and that happened a few years ago. Some people could have Lyme disease, but they don't get told what's going on usually. And he has been working on this information about 35 plus years. And had tried it before. He has his story on there in the link that I'll put in the video, but just about helping someone for the first time. They just kept trying everything and finally found something that worked. And this was like way before I was born. It helps strip the membrane of the virus pathogen. Behind why it helps to figure out the reason why people are sick. All have pathogens. We don't all have our lives to wait to see if we get better instead of sicker. Pathogens or heavy metals are what's basically getting into our bodies and making us more sick. And then some of us who already have neurological things going on and stuff like that, it's probably kind of messing up all our neurotransmitters even more, and they're not able to build back. So, because they keep getting toxins put back in. So he says that sodium cluster salts go through our body and brain, help restore our neurons and neurotransmitters, help bind onto a toxin that's created by viruses. That toxin is a neurotoxin. That's what gets people miserable, neurological fatigue. Why moms can't get up out of bed to take care of their kids. This is more advanced research into vegetables and plants. And I love how he said that, because even though it's depressing to kind of think of that, not only do I struggle with executive functioning and sensory issues, and things like that, I also have the issues with, my body just being basically a stick in the morning. Like I can't move anything, and if I do, it might go snap, crackle, pop. And I always like Rice Krispies, but like it's just not the fun kind. You know what I'm saying? So it was nice that like he just mentioned that like that's actually real life, and if you think that wouldn't cause like a depression after a while itself, like then that's wrong, because it's kind of horrible, and you just want to figure out, even if you're like a person that motivates yourself and pushes yourself like me, like it's exhausting because your body and your mind are like literally losing stuff that it needs, and you can't even function. So you have to. You gotta push forward and try to find things that work. And people can think you're full of it or whatever, or they can try it themselves. If it doesn't help them or whatever, that's, whatever. But to me, like, it's worth sharing, because I know, like, I was like in pain for 2 weeks, and then I was literally able to, almost get back to normal life and stand and walk and stuff, without just like feeling like I'm dying in pain, just by having it like an entire weekend and then continuing to have it every morning on an empty stomach. And then, a lot of people that have gone through a lot of stuff like me, like I talk to friends, we've gone to doctors and places and this and natural and massages and, had doctors, just confused at why we're, 30 and you can't have all this stuff, and basically just being gaslit and to a level of kind of feeling paranoid about going, because you don't really feel confident in that they're going to understand. Like, yes, I know I'm 30 and I wish I didn't have all these things, but they're there. So, can you help us out? I need some space. So anyway, so he says every couple hours snack to help send blood flow to the brain, and get the blood circulating. You're supposed to have food at least every 2 hours. That doesn't mean binge eat or like overeat or whatever every 2 hours. Just like having a healthy snack every 2 hours, like a to-go thing, or like make your own or whatever. Because if you are, so you need those mineral salts every couple hours to protect your adrenals. Your adrenals are called upon too often. And then it thins out your blood, and then you're running on adrenaline, especially if you don't eat every couple hours. Adrenal fatigue will become unmanaged, and then you're sitting there chugging the coffee still, and just be ready for a slap down in the face and to have no energy. And then if you have chronic illnesses like me that cause chronic fatigue and stuff like that, like, it's just not going to help. So, not all cells renew unless you get toxins out of them. Things get trapped and renew. Things get trapped and renew with old poisons in them. And people are just looking for anything. Oh, sorry. I'm like, what did I write? Anyways, you need to have 16 to 32 ounces. 16 to 32 ounces. If you work out more, if you do a lot more, then you need to have more than that amount. But he did mention, people that are mostly healthy and don't really have some of these illnesses and stuff like that, like they might not notice it as much. I would say the hydration part of it, you would probably notice. But as far as like all the ways it'll help with your, you versus someone like me that has kind of, more of these illnesses and stuff, like you're not going to see as much of a change, but it's still going to help keep the things out of you, and then you're actually doing better when you're exercising, working out, and continuing on your health regimen of, whatever you do for the day for that. So try to drink it away from food for 2 hours, he suggests. Fats and proteins stuck on intestinal tract, it helps dissolve it away. Food can dilute it, and it needs to go from your veins to your liver. Sodium cluster salts is a complete electrolyte. It's the only herb, nothing else on the planet has that. No added water. Do not add water to it. It's going to dilute it. It might seem like if you have a crap blender like mine, that like it's just, you just need a tiny little drops of water, a little half cup of water. No, because it's going to dilute the medicine that's in there. And I'll say that probably 5 times. More ounces, like I said, if you're dealing with some really heavy stuff too, not just if you work out a lot and stuff like that, but you want to have more ounces of the celery juice if you have worse chronic illnesses, if you have inflammation, pain, arthritis, all those things that I listed, like all the ones that are just like, horrible, then you want to have more so that it's getting in there, working on your body and helping you to, try to live a better life. And don't, like I said, don't mix anything. It makes it less effective. Try a 30-day juice thing. We will start today. What is today? It is Tuesday. We will start today. We will do a 30-day thing because I've been doing it every day anyways. Try it for 30 days or money free back. Okay, it's just nothing to do with money. I'm not selling anything. But just try it out. See if it helps. It's worth a try. And if you've been in situations like me where you have had, look at my cool book, where you have had a lot of this pain, like stuff that you really just like don't even give your self credit enough for, because people like us still get up every day and still try to do stuff and still try to take care of our kids and like try to manage and live a normal life. And if you're already uncomfortable because you're quirky and kind of odd and whatever like me, and you already have that going for you, then it's also really hard when you have bad days and people don't understand that you're going through fatigue, or you know that your leg feels like it's like gonna fall off, or that you might even need a cane. And it's like seriously not a joke. I'm walking around Walmart today and I'm just like almost can't walk. Like there was something up with my blood pressure, not sure. But it's frustrating, and it's worth trying, even if it sounds as silly as celery juice. And I don't care if, like, you know, you drink the celery juice and you put peanut butter, do all that fun stuff with your celery later, but give it a try. Let me know what happens. And, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say there. I'm tired from talking so much, and I researched a lot of this like right before I did this video. I mean, I've been doing this for like the past few weeks, but like in order to get some better details, and then I'm trying to shove it all into here without it being like a 5-hour video. Yes. So, try the celery juice on an empty stomach every morning when you wake up, then wait a couple hours, then have an awesome breakfast without your stomach dying afterwards. Yes, 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 yes. So, I'm going to go pick up Lila now. And I don't know, I keep seeing these in the back, and I haven't put them on forever because it used to be a thing. So I'm going to go out in style. This is for you, Ken. Hope you're watching this video because I can't see anything. Enjoy me making a horrible celery drink next time on Sarah Upside Down. Hopefully I will have a juicer, and I will come up with more things to solve your chronic illness issues that will also help with the issues that we have with executive functioning, because it helps our neurotransmitters, and we really need that because I need to function, because we are awesome. We're awesome. We're awesome and autistic. You know what I'm saying? Or ADHD. Whatever. We're both. Like me. And we need our brains to connect right so that we can stop having these pains and issues. And also, like, put your shoulders back, because we all will be walking like this and then up here. Anyway. Love you guys. See you next time on Sarah Upside Down.